Care.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Reincarnated as a podcaster, and today we are talking about
Trains.
diesels.
Yes.
Trains.
And specifically diesels.
Does anyone know the theme song off the top of their head?
You want me to hum it?
Insert it here. Producer.
Yeah.
I know the Biggie Smalls version of the.
You know, I never watched Thomas the Train.
You didn't?
I thought it was creepy, dude.
It was creepy as fuck.
Oh,
Look at his face.
I still fucking watched it.
You know what I watched? It was like the Thomas the Train bootleg,
Yeah.
but it was with airplanes.
Oh, I know,
I know that one.
I watched
Wait,
that
I don't
one.
think
you
I
guys were
watched
never,
much of this either.
Never train kids?
No.
Oh.
Not that I remember.
No. Never played with trains.
No?
Never watched shows about trains.
Oh. Okay. I'm the only one. I did.
Motherfuckers, he made trains.
I used to have
Diesel.
I used to have like the whole, like those wooden train sets and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my dad had those.
And
the
then
metal
he
ones and
evolved
stuff.
into Gundams. It all makes sense.
And
And then
a
now
bunch
he
of other
stopped.
things. No, this is on occasion still. I built Crossbone. That was pretty good.
Yeah, it was like a year ago.
No, not even. It was maybe a couple months ago.
Yeah, like 9.5 months.
It's
It's
not
crazy.
like I don't have a backlog of some of them. No way. No how.
No.
Because I feel if you're a kid and you're into cars, that's
Yeah.
normal, right?
Sure.
But then you deviate into, are you into making Gundams or into making trains? So it's like it's
I don't
one
think that's
weird
the
than
same
the other.
style.
I don't know if that's exactly the same.
I think it's
and
like
how
cars.
far into trains are you going here? Because have you seen those people that have like full blown like steam engines,
Yeah.
but they're mini?
You're a kid.
He's a train spotter.
It's a good movie.
Dude, I knew a guy that went to like train conventions just
Yeah.
to buy their, I guess their, I don't know, limited edition or special edition train. And his whole garage and basement was just like a giant track.
Oh fuck! What was that? Remember for Christmas there used to be this one company that would put
Coke?
out. No, it was like different type of cars and trains and stuff. It was like I think it was like a
Probably.
gas station.
Oh, probably Shell.
Might have been. I can't remember.
Conoco?
AM PM.
The fuck is that?
Oh, you don't know that?
I don't know what that is
Oh, it's
either.
in California.
Gross.
That's in California.
Never heard of
I was
it.
like, oh, that doesn't exist anywhere outside of there. Okay, good to know.
You seen it here?
No,
Okay.
but I know it's there. I thought maybe it could be in other places, We have Maverick around here, but there's no Maverick over there.
What's a Maverick?
Okay.
It's all about Wawa.
Fuck you, dude.
Wawa's the best,
Fuck
dude.
you, dude.
I'm telling you, you go to the East Coast, you stop at Wawa, and you fly back home. That's all you need.
That's it? That's all you do?
All you need.
What's that convenience store called?
Which one?
Wawa.
It's not Wawa. Start with an A. Aldo's? Alden? I don't remember.
I don't know this one.
No, it's in the East Coast. It's very popular.
Oh, what's the one in Mexico?
7-Eleven.
Oxo?
Oxo, yeah. The Oxo.
Anyway, let's get more on track. Talking about him
Track.
building trains.
Yeah, what the fuck? Why'd you build trains, bro? Who got you into trains?
Myself and Thomas the Tank Engine. When I
You're
was a
like,
little
I'm
kid.
going to watch this weird show.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Who's your
build
favorite
trains.
character?
And why is it Diesel?
Yeah,
Why is it Diesel?
Why is it Diesel?
Because he's grouchy, dude. He's like, why I like Oscar.
I did think Oscar was the best
Nah,
character.
dude. I got to train with my own name, dude. Got to represent. He's my tocayo, dude.
Yes.
If you don't know by now,
If you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, we're talking about Thomas the Tank Engine, and we're trying to figure out which one of us is the Diesel.
Talking about Bullet Train.
the movie,
Yes.
not
No,
the actual bullet
Oh,
train.
I thought we were train spotting, and you remember the time when he was looking at the bullet train?
Yeah, I remember.
Remember getting in the Evangelion bullet train? I remember.
Yeah, I definitely
Dude, I was
remember.
so sad I couldn't do that.
Did we miss it?
Yeah, well, because it only went from like Osaka south, I think, and there was only a run in the morning and like a run in that like
Late at night.
late at night. I don't fully remember. It might have just been in the morning, but yeah, we never went that way when that was going. So
Do you think when you get in the train, they play the Cool Angel Thesis on a loop, or do they play Fly Me to the Moon on a loop?
Fly me to the moon,
fly
definitely.
me to the
Yep.
moon, obviously.
You all have to be impressed, though.
Imagine listening to Cruel Angel Thesis for like an hour hour and a half, 2 hours, like from Osaka to like Hiroshima or something like that.
You can act out Ava by going on the train, by being like, I don't want to go on the train. And then you go, you go on the train.
Get in the train. If not, you have to.
But there was a whole like cockpit and stuff, I think, in it and everything.
Was there really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
damn.
there was a full cart just dedicated to like Evangelion and stuff.
Did you go in it?
You could. I heard it was like a big old line and it was super hard to get in that train.
The whole line was the train.
They had no issues getting in the train, unlike somebody. I gotta sneeze.
So yeah, we're talking about the movie Bullet Train with
Everybody.
everybody in this movie.
Dude, there's-
Brad Pitt, Bat Bunny, the dude from Kick-Ass. I forget his name.
Nicolas Cage.
He is in that movie, but no.
The other girl from Kick-Ass.
Nicolas Cage?
Whoa.
Girl, it's Deadpool 2.
She is?
Yeah.
The act for Domino?
Ah, right. Thought you talking about the other girl.
No.
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
I like the poos on it.
The guy in Shape of Water?
Yeah.
The fish?
Yes, totally. The fish.
The fuckfish.
I almost forgot the name. I was like, trains?
Other surprise cameos. Channing Tatum.
Oh yeah, surprise Channing Tatum.
Surprise Channing Tatum. There's a lot of people in this movie.
This movie was stacked for how
Yes.
short it was.
Which I feel like is I feel like it's the perfect runtime for a movie like this.
How long was this movie?
2.5? 2.6. That's what
Almost
credits.
exactly 2 hours, pretty much. I think that's a pretty good, just action movie kind of like.
The
time
David
frame.
Lynch film, too.
What? Isn't it like David Lights or something
It's
like
Lynch.
Oh,
that? That's not Lynch. It's a different director.
I know.
I really wasn't expecting anything going into this movie. I'm like, it looks like fun. It's an action movie. Brad Pitt's in it. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
All I know is my parents are like, you gotta watch. It's really funny. I'm like, I heard it's like mid.
I just remember every time we go to the movie theater to watch something, and that trailer would always play.
My god! I saw that trailer probably like 8 times.
Always play.
It was always on YouTube.
They marketed the living fuck out of that trailer.
They did.
I wonder how it did.
I think it did pretty good. And that was the thing. It's like I looked at this. I'm like, okay, you can get an idea of what kind of movie this is gonna be, right? From looking at that, you already know it's just gonna be crazy. It's gonna be this weird, like stylized, balls to the wall action movie. It's gonna be like hyper stylized Japan, like every single action movie that takes place in Japan.
It wasn't very hyper stylized though. You just saw the train.
Yeah, but there's the other stuff. There's like there is other things.
And the people not in Japan. There's a lot of those scenes.
Okay.
It's true. Like when they all died.
Yes.
That scene in South Africa.
Is that where it is?
Yeah, there's
I
a
didn't
scene
know
in
where
South
it was.
Africa.
Allegedly.
No, that other one you're thinking of was in Japan.
With the party? They all got poisoned. They all
Oh,
died.
never. That was in Mexico.
Yeah.
That was in Mexico.
Yeah, 90% of the movie is not in Japan. What are you talking about?
Fuck you. It was. You know, if you think about it too, like I was thinking of this, right? They're going from like, let's say, because it's like Tokyo Central Station
Yep.
to Kyoto, right?
Okay.
How long is that? 2 hours?
No, it's like 3,
Yeah.
3.5. If I remember correctly.
Movie was 2 hours. Not realistic.
So the entire movie takes place in this like 3.5 hour period. Mm-hmm. And you know, there's it's been a while, or maybe I just haven't seen a movie like this. I think it's been so long since there's been a movie that's just been like, this is like you're just gonna see a couple of hours and just everything, single crazy thing you can possibly imagine is gonna happen in those couple of hours.
It's true.
And that's just what this is.
I feel like there's so much just like, it'd be like random cameo, death, move on to next random cameo,
death.
death. It was like, holy
While
shit.
like all this weird spider web of just crazy coincidences and all this other shit is happening.
Everyone's still somehow tied to each other.
Yeah.
I wish
But
there
no.
was a dead body count in this movie.
I mean,
10?
there is in one scene.
Fucking Lord of the Rings shit. It still counts as one.
Okay, what'd you guys like about the movie? What's stuff that you enjoyed?
I like the characters.
I like Japan.
All of them. They're all really funny, really quirky. I like how they play off each other, especially the twins.
Yes,
Oh, the twins were great.
The twins were great. Were they twins? I mean,
They were.
maybe. Someone could argue they were twins.
Didn't you see them outside the train when they were holding the luggage
Identical.
together? They look exactly the same.
The fight scenes were cool. They're okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the movie was driven by character.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like the story, it was fun. And the fight scenes I thought were decent.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything I hated about this movie.
I don't think I hated anything or had any gripe with it. Yeah, it was just
I think
it was just a fun movie.
The only issue I had with it was maybe the cameos were too short or too many.
Wait, I know. Bad Bunny in this movie, right? I feel like they they dubbed over him.
They
He looked
did
it up. They say he didn't.
You're saying that he can't act is what you're saying?
I'm saying he
You're
can't speak
he's a
Spanish.
shit Oh my, you're going to get fucking flack for that.
I seen his interviews. I don't know what the fuck you're saying, dude. He keeps switching from English to Spanish, and I'm just like, bro, he was dubbed over.
You're trying to say you don't understand Puerto Rican, is what you're telling me.
Yeah. So I have some weird words.
Great.
But then again, they could say the same thing about me. So I'm still convinced he was dubbed over.
I mean, he only has like a couple lines. He has like one line in Spanish and a couple lines in English, and that is all he has in this film.
Dubbed over.
I don't think the English ones are.
No.
I could tell. I could hear Van Diesel when he was speaking Spanish, though.
Yes,
Diesel
totally.
ADR.
Yeah, they ADR'd him there.
Wouldn't be the first time.
That's a callback. Real long callback.
But like this is a movie that is very character driven, right? And it has to be, right? If you have like a movie that's so quirky like this, the premise is very baseline, right?
Yeah.
It's a very simple. There is a MacGuffin, and everyone wants the MacGuffin.
Right.
Chaos ensues, right? And that's like the best formula for this type of movie.
You have to explain why we're talking about Thomas the Train.
I will.
Okay.
We'll get there.
He is the McMuffin
He is the McMuffin.
that they're looking for.
McMuffin.
Is that what they said?
He's the McGriddle. Yes.
The McGriddle, right? And it's the fun thing, and that's what drives this is like how quirky the characters are, the way they interact with each other. And it's funny because to me, they don't only because it's very easy to put them into like base stereotypes and tropes, but I feel like each character has enough behind them that you're like you feel like they're a little more than just I'm filling this role in this archetypal story, right? And I think that was like a really cool thing. And every character like stood out in their own weird way, even if they were only there for a little bit. You're like they're just in your head.
Yeah.
Like, they're like fucking trigger characters. They're just in your head. And and they're each one is like the way they're designed and the way they're unique is so balanced with each other that you're just like, oh, this is fun. And it's just fun to watch everyone doing everything they're doing. And that's something I do love about this movie. The action's great. It's over the top. I'm a person who, I like stylized action movies. I just do because I just think they're fun.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really interesting way because the grounded action movie is great and everything, and I do enjoy those, and I enjoy parts of that and like some of the grittiness of that. But there's something that's so entertaining and just like almost like guilty pleasurely like fun of just watching something that's completely balls to the wall.
It reminded me of like watching that type of like, I guess, late 90s, early 2000 action movies.
Yes.
Like Rush Hour. Like I love that scene in where it's Brad Pitt and the other character, and they're just sitting across from each other or whatever, and there's an old lady in the background like, hey, shut the fuck up.
The twins.
But I do. It also reminds me of a lot of other things. Like you think of something like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, or you think of like a lot of older Guy Ritchie movies are this stylized action movie of that time period. Yeah. And I feel like that's what this is. And it's been a while since something like this happened, other than, everything just being a John Wick clone.
Yeah.
Which is what you get a lot nowadays.
Very refreshing.
But it's very interesting how they did the fight scenes, how they broke them up. Because even mid-fights, they break them up a lot.
Yeah.
Like the scene where he's fighting the other twin in the back in the lady pushing the car. She buys the water.
Right.
You know, they're all chilling out.
I like it. He's like, dude, I don't have my wallet. Can you?
And I feel like what I do like about that, now that you mention it, like with the fight scenes, is I feel like the fight scenes play so much also into the characterization of these people. Because it's very easy just to be like, okay, two characters come in and they fight for this amount of time. And you're like, oh, cool fight scene.
Yeah.
But I feel like all these fight scenes serve to like,
you learn more about the character almost.
Yeah.
as they fight, right?
Because it's like you see it from their perspective, like why they there, and then you see another character like, oh, why we're here, what we're doing, blah blah blah, and you're trying to put it all together.
But I feel like also like within the choreography of the fight scenes, like every character's quirks are like embellished.
Yeah.
And you know they fight the certain way they are because they're that type of character.
Yeah. They fight the way they act.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's just fun. It's just a fun way to really give life to these characters as well.
Because I also felt like all of them, like I said, fought the way they act. No one had like that just over the top, like, I'm just going to beat the shit out of you. There's always like some dumb thing that was going on.
Well, like for Brad Pitt's character, where he's like, you know, he's trying to be a better person.
Yeah.
Reading all these like self-help books. So obviously they're like, you know, I'm not gonna take a gun to this mission, right? And he's holding on this bullshit. It's really fun.
And his unluckiness.
Yes,
his unlucky luckiness.
Because you first see it when he tries to kill, what's his name? Fuck. The guy we were just talking about that.
The twin?
No, that can't speak.
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
When he by accidentally kills him.
He's
Right.
Sets him up.
I love at the end after he kills him, he's like, oh, you're the guy from the wedding. That's who you are.
You look familiar. I knew it. He had a lot of screen time though, Bad Bunny. A lot of just.
I still love how this movie carries on the age-old tradition that I still believe that Brad Pitt cannot do a movie without eating something.
Oh yeah.
What he eat?
Do you like snacks and stuff he has there?
Right.
Every time he would find something.
You can't have a movie with Brad Pitt and have him not eat something.
Look that up.
Now that you mention it.
Is that in his contract? It was like, have to have snacks on set no matter what.
There has to be at least one scene where he's eating something.
I think you know they're kind of there, and he eats it, and they're just like, "Fuck."
They're ready, action. He's like,
It's like,
what are we doing?
It's like Trigger in space. There has to be a space scene somewhere. And I love these characters. They're so fun. What is the lemon and tangerine are great. The twins.
My favorite.
Twins.
Which
I think
is
they're the best.
which is where this comes from, obviously.
Yeah.
Uh,
The only one I didn't feel like that had much screen time was the girl in the suit in the big. I don't remember what it was.
The mascot costume?
Mascot costume, yeah.
yeah.
Right.
I felt like she came out. They're like, oh, she poisoned everyone, and she's dead. Let's move on.
Well, it's like because that
fuck was
character.
she?
Well, it's that character's always there, right?
She was always there, and then you're like, "Oh, you were in the suit the whole
Yeah,
time."
'Cause-
And then they had a little fight.
Because there's the moments where you're like, there's something with the
yeah.
person in the suit, right? Obviously, and then eventually, there's the reveal of who that person is and what they did. Oh, you want to hear a fun little Easter egg that I learned the other day, which I think is hilarious? Okay, so you have the Yakuza guy's son, right?
Yeah,
who gets killed.
Right.
And so it's Lemon calls him a Percy, right? And sticks the Percy sticker on his forehead. So that actor is actually in Percy Jackson, and he's the actor for Percy.
Wow.
That's a hell of an Easter egg.
Which is why they did that.
Yes.
Okay.
I just thought it was funny when I heard that. I'm like, okay.
It's so
Stupid little details like that are great, though. I love it. It's just funny to me. But the character of Lemon, for anyone who haven't watched it, just watch it. He has like a Myers-Briggs personality scale with Thomas the Tank Engine characters.
Yep. Dude,
It's so funny.
the first time he's talking, he's about, yeah, you're Thomas, or I'm a Thomas, and you're the conductor. He said, no, I'm a Thomas. I love it. Like,
I just love that. I have no way of reading people. Yeah, his little sticker sheet with all the characters on it is great.
I can tell you're a diesel.
Oh, that sequence was so funny.
I think he was my favorite character in general, though.
He was great.
You shot me. He shot me twice. Then he comes in at the end without just blows through the person.
Do you remember me? You shot me twice. Dude, I shot many people.
There's just so much. Like, it's funny because even though everyone's so like antagonistic to each other, because everyone's antagonist, right? It's just their interactions make it so great. Because even if it is antagonistic, there's like this fun, like just jabbiness and sassiness that everyone has with each other.
Yeah.
That I feel like brings so much life into this type of movie. Other than, as much as I love John Wick, right? The idea of just like, oh, you killed my dog, now everybody's gonna die.
Yep.
Right?
But it's different. It's different.
It's different.
That's what I'm saying. It's a very different type of movie as well. But I do feel like that is like a fun injection of just like interestingness, right? To this type of film that I love.
I think it'd be a good second watch now that you know like what happens, who's who, and you watch it again like you can see like little tiny details.
I just feel like it's a movie you can watch multiple times and not like get bored of it. It's not a great movie, but I'd argue like most action movies are just you put it on, and you go, yeah, fuck that guy,
explosions, yeah,
joke.
It's just it's sheer like you're just. What is it? Catering to the animal inside, right?
Yeah.
You're just like violence.
Violence. Hit him with a one-liner. Yeah.
There's also certain characters like towards the end that you're surprised to like see that survived or had like the longevity. Because I like the, I don't remember the younger Asian actor.
The son.
The son.
The son of the ex Yakuza guy.
Yeah, he's in like some of my favorite shows, and he was just in it for a short time, but. He dealt with the shitty girl. I fucking hate it.
Oh my gosh.
The true
Diesel. She's such a good actress.
She was great. She did really good.
Every time she's on screen, I'm like, fuck this bitch. Kill her. We did a good job.
The Joffrey effect.
When I see you in real life, I'm going to yell at you. Be like, Dan Diesel. You did this to my boy.
You were good. You were great, though, by the way. You were amazing.
You're so bad you're good, basically, type acting. You're like, damn. But I think she's probably the only character I hated. Just
I don't know if I hated her. It was just more like, I understand what you are.
Well, yeah.
And I kind of...
and that's why you hate her.
Yeah.
Well, that's the reason why I hate her. I hate her because of the acting or because she's a shitty character. Just like, fuck this. She's fucking up all my friends.
I hate this type of person.
You bad as hell.
You should die. And she got her upcomings.
In a really funny way.
Yeah.
It was
Came
great.
full circle.
Yeah.
Just the reference. Like, I love how this movie is like, we're going to fire every Chekhov's gun. Oh, yeah. Always.
Constantly.
Like if you see something, like there's not I feel like there's not a wasted shot.
Oh, yeah.
Like anytime it shows anything in this movie, it's because it's gonna come back at some point.
I will say my favorite Chekhov's gun / shot of the whole movie was the bottle trip. The whole sequence
you
of the
follow the bottle.
I'm like, that's amazing. I love this. I think Bottle is my favorite character in this show.
Dude, he made all the way to the end.
He did.
Yeah,
Just drinks it.
Bottle Coon. I really like that surprise Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you want to make a quick buck?
Is this a sex thing? There's so many you got the surprise Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
The fucking surprise.
I'm surprised I didn't recognize her voice.
I kind of knew after, yeah. But who else? What's his face? The surprise Ryan Reynolds.
Mm-hmm. You remember?
Fuck. No.
No, you don't remember?
I don't remember surprise. There's a Ryan Reynolds in the movie.
Ryan Reynolds in the movie.
He's in it for
like a scene.
Yeah.
Oh,
like a whole
I
10
remember.
seconds.
Because the Yakuza guy is telling Brad Pitt's character about why he's killing all these people off.
Uh-huh.
And he's saying there's the guy who killed his wife.
All
and,
right.
And Brad Pitt's character took over for that guy.
Yeah, because he was sick.
Yeah, and that guy's Ryan Reynolds. Because there's a scene where it shows him killing the wife, and he pulls his helmet off, and it's fucking Ryan Reynolds. I started laughing so hard when I saw that. Like, oh, of course you're in this movie.
Sense.
I think I must have gone to the bathroom or something, and he came back.
Of course you're in this movie.
I feel like this movie was probably made with $10. And everyone just knew. Everybody's like, yo, I'm shooting this movie. You want to be in it? I'm not gonna pay you anything, but we'll
Well,
be acting
because like
together."
Brad Pitt, Sandra Bullock, and Channing Tatum were in a movie recently.
Yeah, they
Like,
were all
hey,
in the Lost City of D.
You guys wanna go do this movie real quick?
Yeah.
So the movie made 238 million, 239 basically.
What did it cost to make?
That's how
Though?
I look.
300.
I don't know.
What do
It's
you
obviously
think?
not that high.
You don't think so?
I can see it being a good, probably clean 85 mil.
You think so? 120.
$10.
$10.
I think I 85
Still
mil.
trying
Because
to
it's still high. Because obviously it's a
Oh,
large
yeah.
and set piece and effects and stuff. But I don't think it's like Marvel movie level of high.
It won't load.
Just get off the Wi-Fi.
It was off the Wi-Fi for a
then I
second.
don't
It just like froze.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't know what to tell you.
okay. Let's see. Keep talking about the movie while I try to find it.
But it's just fun, dude. I just had such a fun time with this movie.
I would recommend it.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Easily. It was a bloody good time.
I remember how Edgar was. He's like, "Do I just watch this movie
Okay.
because my girlfriend told me Bad Bunny was in it?"
So how much did you guys say?
I said 85.
I said 120.
Wow. Eddie wins 90.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's cheap as it.
Well, I
telling you.
mean, sure. Like as cheap as $90 million is, right?
It said it made double and a half basically for
Which is, I think, your benchmark.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think the standard benchmark for what you consider a success in a film is double.
Yeah.
Because you take in marketing and all that other bullshit, which they marketed the living shit out of this movie. So
I only saw the trailer like 100 times.
Half that 90 million was just marketing.
I also felt like the trailer was pretty good for what it was.
well, it was fun. Like
Like it didn't
was-
spoil anything.
No,
it
no.
just was just over the
it just
top.
showed you these are some of the characters, and this is going to be a wild ride.
Yeah.
And that's all you.
And that's all I
need to know.
needed. And I'm
Yeah.
like, some bitch, I'm in.
Because I remember when we first watched it, I'm like, this looks great. Looks great. I'm sick of it. Fuck this movie. It's gonna be shit. I don't want to watch it anymore.
I didn't even know when it came out on theater. I just saw it, randomly on a streaming service, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
I
yeah.
want to watch it.
Well, my parents kept bothering me. They're like, you should watch it. It's funny. I'm like, nah, I've seen the trailer 1,000 times.
You could hush your teeth.
It looks like shit. I'm tired of it. And then I saw it on the streaming service that we pay for.
Yeah.
And it was very good.
Yep, it was great.
Very good. Very good. 8.5.
8.5.
8.5.
Holy shit.
I was gonna give it 8.
That's I was like 8, maybe 7.5.
I'm just happy. I haven't seen a movie like this in forever. And, you know, I am a very big fan of just guilty pleasure action movies.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
My monkey brain was like, yes, yes.
Yeah, kill him, fuck it.
And if there's anything from the John Wick era that comes through here, even like from earlier, that I'm so happy this movie doesn't have as well, is shaky cam. Fuck, it was great. This movie.
I missed it.
Oh, the editing wasn't bad. And sometimes those movies have like a shit editing of just
because the actor can't fight.
yeah.
So they have to hide it with edits.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's awful. I hate it.
See, they did a smart thing in this one. They just broke it up with comedy. They're like, all you have to do is throw 2 punches. You can't fuck this up. We'll stop it, and then we'll make a joke, and then you'll throw a few more punches.
And then you throw a bottle at him.
Yep.
And I think like the stylized nature, the quick cut stylized nature of it.
Yeah.
But it shows you enough, and there's no it's very clear what is happening.
Yeah.
Which is what I love. I hate action in any film where it's not clear what's happening.
I love that. I like when it looks like they're just hugging. 'Cause
And
you
if
can't
there's,
tell what's
and
going on.
I as much as I do like the Bourne movies,
Yeah.
that is the one thing I hate about those films.
Saying he can't fight.
Shaky cam fight. Because every single fucking action movie that came after that all had shaky cam fights.
Have you been in a fight? It's always shaky cam.
Well, yeah, for you, but not for the person watching.
But I'd rather have the shaky hand
You're also
than the
shaky cam.
half-second edit.
Have you watched?
but it's usually a combination of both.
It's
Have you
just
watched
gross,
a real
dude.
life fight on a camera? It's always shaky cam. 'cause
World
they're like, "Yeah, get the fuck out." Tell me one time it's not when it's
Realistic.
professional.
Well, nowadays, I mean, everyone thinks themselves a cinematographer, right? For the Instagram age. So you have the one doing going, yeah, and then there's the one guy that's just stoically there. Like,
That's what I
for the
hate now.
gram,
Like, dude,
for the gram.
No, it's those Instagram reels where it's all transitions, and you're like, "Oh my dude, fuck out with your bullshit."
Yeah, just for the Insta.
I hate it. Stop.
It's great.
Either
No
way,
Instagram movie. watch it.
This movie it was fun. It was a fun.
Unless you hate action movies, then don't watch it.
If you hate action and comedy and being fun, you are a Diesel. You should know that.
You're this guy. Look at this grumpy ass face. Yeah, that's you. Just kidding.
I hope when I get old, I'm like him.
Like a diesel.
Yeah. I'm definitely a Thomas right now. You guys are more Diesels.
Whoa. Nah, dude, I'm an Edward.
You can be an Edward. You're a Diesel.
I have
though.
no comment. I don't know the characters. I just know Thomas.
Oh, I'm not the right color. Damn. Okay. Edward's green. What?
Thanks for watching this. Lovely podcast.
Thanks for hearing us rant about this movie and our shitty Thomas the Train jokes.
It was great.
It's great.
I hope when we do the thumbnail, we should do all Thomas the Train poses, and then you just overlay it with that.
No.
I'm gonna Photoshop your face on a train.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Even better.
Pull out the green screen.
This time.
This is I was talking about Bullet Train. Watch it. It was great. Have a fun time. If you've already seen it, because we already talked about, well, at least we didn't talk about everything in it, right?
Well, we didn't talk about much of it.
Glorious.
Like the
great.
snake.
True.
Yeah, but you don't
Shut
know
up.
the snake.
True blue review.
How they die. Everyone dies.
Watch the movie. Watch it again. I don't care. It's fun.
It's fun.
Do
It's
it.
fun.
Peace. Do.